Why did people even invent amusement rides? Surely to challenge their deepest fears. To fly over an abyss or hang upside down. This is Eternity Lab, the laboratory of eternally relevant content. And today we are taking you on a chilling yet hilarious tour of the scariest rides from all over the world. Fasten your seatbelts. You are about to see experiments that will make even the bravest shudder. So let's go for a ride. Everyone wants to feel the power of the elements. A giant pendulum may not be the whole universe, but it definitely gives you a very clear idea of how fragile a human being is, and how much we crave intense experiences. Did you think this thing would flip all the way over or not? Look, here is the full cycle of movement of this mighty swing. Do not worry, this windmill-like contraption is engineered perfectly. Its parts will not collide, even though they look a bit chaotic. Here, every tourist feels like a cherry on top of the cake. Before you set off on a thrilling free flight or into wild spins, make an agreement with yourself. It is important to be ready, otherwise everything will go wrong. When you jump off a cliff, the only thing you can truly trust is the rope tied to you. Bungee jumping will always be a terrifying kind of entertainment, and to take that leap, you need not only a lot of personal courage, but also a dose of trust in the world. Some people were simply born to demonstrate extreme feelings. Before you decide to repeat their experience, make sure you understand, yes, it really can be that scary. Poor girl, she is definitely not faking it. She just cannot pull herself together. There is clearly some sort of experiment going on here, a test of muscles and nerves for sheer toughness. This is probably the scariest part of the Great Wall of China, so they came up with self-service in the best Chinese style, just so people understand exactly what they are getting themselves into. It is pretty funny to look at your own face when you are rushing through crazy labyrinths inside a tube. That is exactly why the cameras are there. After a vertical drop, a reliable trampoline will catch you. If only everything in life worked this way, the world would be perfect. Climbing literally through the air is guaranteed to give you tingling emotions. That is what you call a staircase to heaven. This terrifying bridge is in China. In principle, you can walk across it if you do not look down, but sometimes you will have to jump as well. Would you like to try crossing it? These swings are also in China, and they are truly cool and impressive. You can find this Ferris wheel on the island of Bohol in the Philippines, and it is definitely worth the effort it takes to get there. Someone looks down and is scared, while someone looks forward and is in awe. An observation deck in Amsterdam can proudly boast the highest swings in Europe, and not everyone will dare to sit on them. Would you like to swing above all the hustle and bustle like that? This ride looks a bit like a grill, only instead of fire, it has a fountain. The luckiest riders also get a refreshing splash. Want to feel like a steel space bee? Keep your eyes on the lady in red. She knows exactly how to enjoy the ride. This terrifying drop tower is in South Korea, and if you try it at least once in your life, many other things will stop scaring you. You will develop a kind of immunity. And now let us see how the world looks from the top of this horrifying tower. Are you ready to fall? Are you really ready? Are you sure you are really ready? Well then, let's go.
Yeah. We might go right now. Wait, take me a picture in front of us. I'll be like this. Bro!
When fun turns into a nightmare, you suddenly find yourself hanging upside down on a ride you paid for as a form of entertainment. This carousel got stuck, leaving the platform frozen completely inverted. The park management managed to bring the passengers down safely after the park closed. But more than 5 minutes passed before that happened. We casually say just a few minutes, but imagine counting every second while hanging there in that position, with no idea what will happen next. The breakdown was caused by a power outage, but all that time these people simply dangled up there. It really does not look amusing at all.
They're still up there. It's been about 5 minutes, maybe a little bit more, and they've just been hanging up there this whole time.
This ride looks like an ancient warrior training by tossing a gigantic mace into the air, and the people on it look like tiny ants. Everything keeps flipping until you completely lose track of where upright even is. Probably this ride is meant to help us understand modern reality and find our own zen in the chaos. Now this is the ride I personally would not come within a kilometer of. There is something really repulsive about it, do you not think? Why do something that terrifies you even before it begins? If you start trembling just looking at a ride with steep drops, why ride it at all? Admit it, you are relieved that it all ended well and that you no longer have to worry about that sensitive girl.
That wasn't that
This is why you don't get on these rides.
Not everything has to go perfectly. Sometimes rides malfunction. This carousel in a New York park got stuck while moving in reverse and would not stop even with the emergency brakes. Fortunately, the park staff managed to save the situation in time and no one was hurt. But you should keep in mind that rides are a kind of lottery. Somebody is bound to be unlucky.
Hell no. What state? That's a sign, go home.
Some carousels also have non-original spare parts and can literally fly off the rails. Remember that when you entrust your life to some mechanism.
Oh, damn.
The best way to stop panicking is to splash your face with cold water. Everything here is set up for that. Wave pools are an amazing idea. Apparently, that is why they are so popular. A transparent pool at this height seems both fascinating and terrifying. Just imagine that the bottom is still made of glass and is hanging there purely on the good faith of engineers and builders. You will have to spin around quite a bit inside the pipes before you finally plunge into the refreshing pool. Devil's Pool is located right on the edge of the famous Victoria Falls. It sits on the Zambezi River and is considered a frightening yet very attractive tourist spot. Would you risk everything for epic photos? Write to us in the comments below if you think there is some trick involved here.
Go.
Here is another great opportunity to cool off in the breath of the waterfall and enjoy the magical view. The main thing is not to squeeze your eyes shut along the way. That is the only way you will see everything. When it comes to delighted and terrified screams, roller coasters will probably always remain the undisputed record holders among all other rides. Awesome, you did it! A roller coaster selfie! This is the last selfie your phone will ever take, because it has just flown off somewhere into the unknown, taking that brilliant shot with it. The scariest moment is making the decision. Jokes in the seconds before a drop can throw even the calmest people off balance. First there is weightlessness, then the pull of a sheer drop, and then unimaginable flips when the ground ends up over your head. Those who love sensations like that will definitely appreciate the highest, steepest, and fastest hybrid roller coaster in the world, which is located in Florida. If you say that on this ride passengers are twisted into a pretzel, that is probably the most accurate comparison. And these roller coasters make you tumble in the air again and again, a serious test for your vestibular system. Now we are with you in the front row. Feel that steep drop on the roller coaster. It really tickles your nerves. Falling down on a roller coaster is an inevitable part of the deal, but being launched back up almost to the same height, that is something new. This ride offers sensations similar to going up into the stratosphere. The main intrigue is that nobody really understands what maneuvers this shuttle will perform, and that is the whole point. This is something that happens to mechanisms from time to time. They can freeze. You can only be glad that in this case, it will not leave you hanging upside down for who knows how long. A small mishap, but she clearly was not ready even for that. She was expecting something more exciting. There is a whole script going on here. Someone actually put effort into this scenario. Do not worry, everyone had fun in the end. If they all jump into this well so confidently, it must definitely be magical. As kids, many of us tried this trick on round swings, but here there is still that illusion of safety and some sort of reasonable control. For those who did not get enough playtime in childhood, there is this sweet and naive way to crash into a pile of colorful balls and catch a wave of pure positivity. The stunt can be repeated many times with no harm to your health or psyche. Would you like to feel like a real champion who has conquered an entire stadium? The best way to get down from a cliff is by paraglider. This playing field has incredibly fresh air, but for some reason it is still impossible to run any faster. Whoever came up with the scary concept of skybiking is a genius. A very clever prank that gives you a completely new range of sensations. This glass bridge is equipped with special effects designed to scare people, and the idea works brilliantly. This thrilling zipline in Alaska will let you not only fly above the clouds, but also almost bathe in them. If you are sick and tired of everything and cannot stand the sight of your office, add being catapulted to your bucket list. This kind of entertainment already exists. This flight looks uncontrollable, chaotic, and dangerous. Who knows, maybe that is exactly what it is, and every time only the luckiest daredevils end up riding it. This ride offers the highest free fall inside a tube in the entire world, and you can try it only in South Africa. In Seattle, these jumps are done from a height that exceeds the Eiffel Tower. Do not worry, everyone landed safely. Not every slide is designed to give you a leap over empty space. There is something especially magical about that. The seconds before your heart drops into your boots are the most exciting and unpredictable. After that, there is no time left for thinking. This journey looks truly frightening. When you are being tossed from side to side, what can you possibly stay sure of? Sometimes things do not go according to plan. Good thing trouble was avoided here. Innocent fun for those who love nature and want to stay close to the ground, even if it means sacrificing a pair of jeans. If you do not like noise and wind, this gentle ride above the city panorama might seem perfect. No dust, not too scary, and most importantly, not too long. On some slides, everything is decided by the angle of inclination. Here, there are several possible combinations. Sliding down metal ramps and sacks guarantees you a brief burst of childlike joy and a long-term chronic ache in your battered lower back. Here is another example of rough riding for those who miss that dull ache in the tailbone.
No, you're good. Good. I tried to stop myself and my shoe got caught in my...
For some people, a diving cage with crocodiles in Australia sounds like fun. Would you personally agree to try this on yourself? The legendary and truly terrifying entertainment, watching sharks from inside a cage. This shark does not look particularly happy or in the mood for jokes, does it? I imagine it was a really scary experience. That is all for today. This has been Eternity Lab, the laboratory of eternally relevant content. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and check out our previous episodes.